Yeah, what's up? Yeah, we got it. Yep. Alright. Alright, bye.
Alright, what is going on today? As you guys can tell from the title of this video, I'm going to be showing you what we have going on. I'm pretty stoked. There's some stuff I got to do first. I'm going to show you guys in this video of what needs to be done first. But today I'm going to be pretty much prepping up the car and stuff to swap in this motor. But before I get into anything else, let's take a look at the motor I got. Now excuse the mess and everything, but I want to start off with the turbo manifold just because it's just a KA, but it's a KA with the turbo. So first off, before I start kind of going through stuff with what we got with the motor and everything like that, I just want to make it clear that there's still a few things I don't have that Caesar, the guy who sold me the motor, has. I have to go Friday to pick everything else up. I have to pick up the turbo, the intercooler, the wastegate, a couple other things. The only thing that I'm gonna need, that I'm gonna have to get myself, is a fuel pump, which my roommate has. I'm gonna show you guys kind of what you need to do for a turbo setup. So we're gonna go through my car real quick after I show off some stuff, and then I'll show you like where the fuel pump is located, ECU, stuff like that, to swap everything out. So with all that being said, this is turbo manifold. I'm waiting to put this on. I'm going to assemble this motor probably Friday. There's a few things I gotta take care of, like I need to take care of the flywheel. The flywheel, I'll show you guys here in a minute, but the flywheel's pretty bad. So a bit of a backstory on the motor is my buddy had this motor in his S14. It was also a 95, so it's OBD1. He decided that after a few months, he's only had this in for a couple months, that he wanted to go SR. So he's getting a complete SR swap. He's sold this motor, and yeah, here we are. The other thing is I've been looking for a motor and stuff. The only motors I've been able to find for my car, like good running motors, and nothing that I have to put together or rebuild or whatever. There was only one other one here in state, and my buddy never got back to me. And I couldn't find one through like anybody else around here. The only ones I found were like out of state. They were decently priced. You know, they were $400 to $600, which isn't bad for a running long block, which is what I just needed. But my buddy hooked me up with a deal on this. He said he'd sell me the whole swap, the whole KA turbo swap, for $900. So I said, yeah, sure. Came with the ECU, the harness, and everything like that. Z32 MAV 750cc injectors, ARP everything, refreshed, resealed. Yeah, just a bunch of other shit. It is running on the base map when he was running on it, so it was running rich. So we're gonna run it off the base map for a little bit, probably just to and from work and stuff like that, until I make a couple paychecks to take this to a dyno and get it tuned and get a good tune on it, so it's not running rich. Yeah, so that's kind of the backstory and everything. Here, I don't know if this is in focus or anything like that, but here is the oil feed line to the turbo. And it's kind of janky. It's obviously, you know, one line to another line. Funds are obviously limited, so I'm gonna see, there's an oil place around here that makes these. I'm gonna see if they can make exactly this, but you know, just one full line. If it's gonna be a lot of money, I'm just gonna take, what's that plumbing tape? I forgot what it's called. Plumbing tape, and wrap it in the threading and just thread it. It shouldn't leak. So we'll do that. That's like option B. Because the main thing that I'm gonna have to spend money on is this flywheel. You can see the scores right here. It's pretty warped. This one's been used. This one's obviously been passed around. So I'm gonna have to probably just get a new one, to be honest. I don't know if that's gonna be able to be resurfaced. I mean, I don't know. I'll call around today, see. I don't know. But I have to get it off. So I'll figure that out. So let's kind of dive into what you actually will need for a turbo setup. Here we got the ECU, which is an RS ECU. It's an S13 ECU with this adapter to an S14. Here's the harness. I have to actually fix this up today, so this is one thing I'm gonna do today, is I'm gonna kind of like just tape this up. Get some electrical tape that up. This, I showed you this earlier, it's the feed line. This is the return line right here. From the turbo, it's the manifold. That's the clutch. The clutch is actually pretty good. I think it was only like 1,500 miles on it. Actually, I'll grab it later. I don't want to dig through that harness right now. So if you can see it, that is the oil feed line where it would go. So you can see here, if you decide to do a turbo swap or a turboless motor, a good place, good idea to do this is have the feed line on this housing for the oil filter, and then you just you'll just loop it over to the top of the turbo. And then, I know it's a little overexposed, but it's hard to see right here, but there's this is the return. This is at the bottom of the oil pan. So the return line will come from the bottom of the turbo onto the return nipple there into the oil pan itself. So there's a few things, like right here you can see this is the OEM fuel regulator. I'm gonna have to upgrade that. It's not, you don't have to have it upgraded, but it's gonna run better with an upgraded fuel regulator, because we're gonna be putting a fuel pump. These are 750cc injectors. You can use the Z32 fuel filter for these. That's kind of like a cheap mod for these motors. And it would probably be ideal, aside from gauges and a manual boost controller and stuff like that, it would be ideal to get like a catch can as well, considering you have another place for oil to go to and stuff like that. So a catch can will help. We're gonna do that. All right, so back here in the trunk, this is where your oil pump and everything like that will be. So pretty sure they're the same on the regular 242. They're just right behind the seats, in between the passenger side strut tower and stuff like that. It's a 10 mil, and then you need Phillips and pliers to pull the hoses, and then screw the thing off, take the fuel pump out, swap it. So I have an OEM fuel pump. Reed actually has a Warbro 255 in his. He got the car like that. He has a single cam, so he obviously doesn't need LPH coming from that fuel pump. So we're gonna swap my OEM, my stock one, for his, because I'm gonna need it, because it's a boosted motor. It needs, we're gonna need more fuel, and we have upgraded injectors and stuff like that. It wouldn't be able to run the amount of fuel we need. So that's all back here. Pretty easy. Fuel pumps are pretty easy to disconnect. Like I said, it's literally a cover, the hoses, and then bada bing bada boom. So I already took my ECU out. As you can see, I actually sold my ECU to help fund this motor. I knew I wasn't gonna need it. I was getting another ECU. You don't have to tear everything out. I did, because I didn't know what I was doing. Besides, I had to take my AC out anyways, because it wasn't even connected. So weight reduction. But yeah, here's my harness. I'm gonna trace this, pull it out, pull it through, and then I'm going to get my harness in and my ECU and see if I can mount it up in its stock spot, put everything back together, because I would like a clean look. Everyone, does that thing where they just leave their ECU on the floor. It always like blows my mind how people could just do that. But anyways, but it's located right here. You got a panel right here. You literally just need to take this panel off to get the ECU out. You'd have to take all this stuff out to get to access to the harness and everything like that. But if you just need access to your ECU, there's a little panel right here. This guy right here will fit, I think, like that. Yeah, exactly like that. So easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right, so first things first, I'm gonna get inside. I'm gonna pull this harness out, take my hood off. It was supposed to rain today, but it's like perfectly clear today. It's kind of cool, I guess. Makes it easy. I don't have to push the car in. Anyways, I'm not gonna be doing the fuel pump today. We're gonna be doing the fuel pump pretty much when we're dropping the motor in and stuff like that. So that part of the video probably won't be until the next video. But at least today I'm gonna get my harness and stuff in and my ECU hooked up. So I'm gonna get my hood off. I'm gonna get started on that right now. All right, so I'm having some issues because I suck with wiring. I don't want to take this out. I feel if I just unbolt it, I'd have enough wiggle room to like maneuver the harness through it and out. think I'll be fine. I don't know. I get plenty of room, so that should be okay. This is where I'm having an issue with. So this plug on the left-hand side needs to come out. There's a 10 mil bolt up in there. I'm gonna take it with a wrench, take it all the way out, try and unplug it that way. It might be easier because it's really hard to get my hand behind this. And then there's another plug over there with one of these like lever. So just lift that lever up, and then this whole harness should just pop right out. So I'm gonna get this out. That was a lot harder than I thought. Well, not hard, but just a pain in the ass. Anyways, I got that one out. Now it's time to take this one, wrap this shit up with somewhere is the electrical tape. I don't know. I'll put it somewhere, but wrap it up, fish it in, start hooking up what I can that isn't to the motor and ECU, and then find a spot for it. And yeah, all right, so it's in. Got it all hooked up. Just gotta, plug everything in. There's stuff over here that I'm out of focused on. I want to plug in first. Be super not easy. Hopefully it's easier installing than it was taking it out. But yeah, after I get that all plugged in, I'm gonna rewire it through the way it was. I mean, otherwise, maybe right now might be a good time to maybe tuck everything. Now we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. It's definitely gonna be a bit longer, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to kind of like keep it in its original spot. I'm gonna, oh my God. And I'm just gonna do all this stuff off camera because it's the same thing, but reverse. So I'll plug this in, plug that into the corner over there, and get that into the ECU, and get all this stuff put back up. Probably organize my wiring harness a little bit better in the engine bay, and then we'll move on to the block and see what's going on with that. All right, I know earlier I said I didn't want to just leave it on the floor because I wanted to keep it somewhat clean, but that might be my only option just because there's no mounts. Like I said, it's a bit extended. I'm gonna have to figure something out. Oh, nice. Look at that stain. That's AC and I just touched it. Great. Awesome. My hand's gonna burn here in a little bit. Oh, I know how to fix that issue. I'm gonna have to vacuum this car out anyways, so let's see if I can do this with one hand and film at the same time. Oh yeah. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, some cat litter. All right. I'll just kind of like scoop that around with the knife here. It's already pulling it out of the seat. Look at that, it's already green. Here, I'm gonna probably bolt up the exhaust manifold right now. While I was kind of just looking at the exhaust manifold, let me get my exposure up here so we can zoom in on this and take a look. Look at that. That's what I just found. So I'm gonna have to get my extractor set and actually take that out. But yeah, there's a bolt just stuck in there. And I'll replace it with one of my exhaust studs. It's always little bolts like this that are just the biggest pain in the ass. So I found another one. I got the second one right here for this side whenever I can figure out how to get that out. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get that out today. I just broke my last screw trying to drill it. So I'll try and ask around and see if anybody wants to come over and just help me get this done. This is all I want to do today, just get this mounted up, get it somewhat ready. Because tomorrow I'm getting all the parts that I need, so the turbo, the intercooler, and stuff like that. So yeah, it'll be fun. So with that being said, I'm going to end the video here. I'm going to pick off later this week when I get everything taken care of, figure some stuff out, try and sell some stuff so I can finish this, because there's a few things I do need to get, but I want to get video of us putting it in and all that. Okay, so I'm gonna get out of here. I'll see you guys on the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and also definitely subscribe to the channel, because after all this is done, after I figure some stuff out, I want to grow the channel more. There's a lot of cool stuff I want to do, but I can't do it without your guys' help. So hit that subscribe button, support the channel. I'll see you guys all later. The next cinematic video I'm gonna do, like how I normally like to make videos. Osaka Motorsports is a new company that just opened up. Will's a really cool guy. Went over, checked it out. He's doing a grand opening in the next week or two. That's gonna be a pretty cool video that I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna go for the grand opening for a couple hours, get some video, make something really cool for you guys, so you guys can see the shop if you aren't able to go that day, or if you live out of state or whatever. So that's gonna be really rad. And with that, yeah, I'll see you guys later. Okay, bye.